Hair loss is a widespread problem affecting millions. Men and women alike experience thinning hair and baldness. This can be a blow to self-esteem. The good news is that there are natural ways to combat hair loss and regrow your hair. Understanding the causes is the first step to finding the right solution. One major culprit in hair loss is a hormone called testosterone. Testosterone is essential for men's health, but it can also lead to hair loss. This is because testosterone converts to dihydrotestosterone, or DHT, in the body. DHT is a powerful hormone that shrinks hair follicles. This process, known as miniaturization, makes it difficult for healthy hair to grow. Over time, hair becomes thinner and more prone to breakage. This eventually leads to noticeable hair loss. The good news is that you don't have to accept hair loss as inevitable. By understanding how DHT affects hair follicles, you can take steps to block its effects. Natural methods can help you regain control of your hair growth cycle. Dihydrotestosterone, more commonly known as DHT, plays a significant role in hair loss. This hormone is a byproduct of testosterone and is found in both men and women, though it tends to have a more pronounced effect in men. While testosterone is often blamed for hair loss, it's actually DHT that directly impacts hair follicles. DHT binds to receptors in the scalp, leading to the miniaturization of hair follicles. DHT is a derivative of testosterone, formed through a conversion process involving an enzyme called 5-alpha reductase. This enzyme is crucial in the transformation, making DHT more potent than its precursor. Imagine your hair follicles as tiny pockets in your scalp. Each follicle is responsible for growing a single strand of hair. These follicles are highly sensitive to DHT. When DHT levels are high, it attaches to these follicles like a magnet. This disrupts the natural growth cycle of your hair, making it difficult for new hair to grow. The hair growth cycle has 3 phases: growth or an am transition, or catagen, and resting or telogen. Each phase is essential for healthy hair development. DHT interferes with this cycle, shortening the growth phase and prolonging the resting phase. This imbalance leads to fewer hairs growing and more hairs falling out. As a result, hair grows thinner, weaker, and falls out more easily. Over time, this can lead to noticeable thinning and even baldness in some areas. This process doesn't happen overnight. It's a gradual process that can take years. The slow progression often makes it hard to notice until significant hair loss has occurred. However, the sooner you address the issue of DHT, the better your chances of preventing further hair loss and promoting regrowth. Early intervention can make a significant difference. Natural solutions can help you manage DHT levels without resorting to harsh medications. Ingredients like saw palmetto, green tea, and pumpkin seeds have been shown to be effective in reducing DHT levels. Have you ever noticed that hair loss seems to run in families? You might have heard someone say, "I got my dad's genes." Well, when it comes to hair loss, genetics does play a significant role. If your parents or grandparents experienced hair loss, you're more likely to experience it too. This genetic predisposition is linked to DHT sensitivity. Some people are simply more sensitive to the effects of DHT on their hair follicles than others. This sensitivity is passed down through genes, making some individuals more susceptible to hair loss. It's important to remember that genetics is just one piece of the puzzle. Just because you have a family history of hair loss doesn't mean you're destined to lose your hair. Lifestyle, diet, and environmental factors also influence hair health. Knowing your family history can help you take proactive steps to minimize your risk. By adopting healthy habits and addressing DHT sensitivity early on, you can significantly impact the health and longevity of your hair. Section 4. The downside of DHT blockers. When it comes to combating hair loss, medications that block DHT often take center stage. Finasteride and dutasteride are 2 such medications that inhibit the 5-alpha reductase enzyme, responsible for converting testosterone to DHT. While these medications can be effective in slowing down hair loss, it's crucial to be aware of their potential side effects. One of the most concerning side effects is their impact on male sexual health. Some men experience decreased libido, erectile dysfunction, and even fertility issues. These side effects can be distressing and impact overall quality of life. Beyond sexual health, DHT blockers can also lead to other unwanted effects. Some men report experiencing fatigue, weakness, and even depression. These side effects highlight the importance of exploring alternative solutions before resorting to medication. It's essential to have a thorough discussion with your doctor about the potential risks and benefits of DHT blockers. Understanding the side effects and considering natural approaches can help you make informed decisions about your hair loss treatment. Section 5. Receptor hypersensitivity, the real culprit. While DHT often takes the blame for hair loss, the real culprit might be hiding in plain sight. Receptor hypersensitivity. This condition is more common than you might think and plays a crucial role in how your hair follicles respond to hormonal changes. You see, it's not just about the amount of DHT circulating in your body, but also how sensitive your hair follicles are to its effects. This sensitivity can vary greatly from person to person, making some individuals more prone to hair loss than others. Think of it like this. Imagine DHT as a key and the receptors on your hair follicles as locks. When the key fits into the lock, it sets off a series of reactions. When DHT binds to these receptors, it triggers a cascade of events that can shrink hair follicles and lead to hair loss. This process is known as miniaturization, where hair follicles become smaller and produce thinner, weaker hairs. However, in individuals with receptor hypersensitivity, these locks are overly responsive to the key. This means that even a normal amount of DHT can cause an exaggerated response. Even small amounts of DHT can trigger a significant reaction. This heightened sensitivity can accelerate the hair loss process, making it more severe and noticeable. This hypersensitivity is largely determined by genetics. If your family has a history of hair loss, you're more likely to inherit these hypersensitive receptors. This genetic predisposition can make managing hair loss more challenging. If your family has a history of hair loss, you're more likely to inherit these hypersensitive receptors. But genetics isn't the only factor at play. However, genetics isn't the only factor at play. Environmental stressors such as pollution and lifestyle choices can also influence receptor sensitivity. Environmental stresses, nutritional deficiencies, and hormonal imbalances can also contribute to receptor hypersensitivity. Poor diet, lack of essential nutrients, and hormonal fluctuations can exacerbate the problem. The good news is that you can influence receptor sensitivity through natural means. Practices such as meditation, a balanced diet, and proper hair care can help mitigate the effects. By adopting a holistic approach that addresses both internal and external factors, you can help desensitize your receptors and protect your hair follicles from the damaging effects of DHT. This comprehensive strategy can significantly improve hair health and reduce hair loss. Section 6. Epigenetics, taking control of your hair destiny. The world of science is constantly evolving, and with it comes new hope for those battling hair loss. Every day, researchers are uncovering new insights that could change the way we understand and treat hair loss. Epigenetics, a groundbreaking field of study, suggests that we have more control over our genes than we previously thought. This revolutionary science explores how our behaviors and environment can cause changes that affect the way our genes work. This means that while genetics plays a role in hair loss, it doesn't have to be your destiny. You're not merely a prisoner to your genetic code, you have the power to influence it. Epigenetics explores how environmental and lifestyle factors can actually switch genes on or off, influencing how our bodies function. This includes factors like diet, stress, and even our daily habits. In the context of hair loss, this means that while you may have inherited genes that make you susceptible to DHT sensitivity, you can potentially counteract those genes through specific lifestyle changes. By making conscious choices, you can create a more favorable environment for your hair to thrive. Imagine a light switch. Just as you can turn a light on or off, you can influence your genes' activity. Your genes are like the wiring, but you have the power to turn the light on or off. This analogy helps us understand that while we can't change the wiring itself, we can control the flow of electricity. Similarly, while you can't change your DNA sequence, you can influence how those genes are expressed. This is a powerful realization that opens up new possibilities for managing hair health. This empowers you to take an active role in your hair health journey. You are not helpless. You have the tools and knowledge to make a difference. By making targeted lifestyle changes, such as adopting a nutrient-rich diet, managing stress levels, and incorporating mindfulness practices, and engaging in regular physical activity, you can create a holistic approach to hair health. You can potentially influence your gene expression and promote healthy hair growth. This comprehensive strategy can help you achieve the hair you desire and deserve.